evening, you gorgeous lot, and how's your day been? Welcome to Crafters TV. We've had a jam-packed day. It's been incredibly crammed with bargains galore. Have you headed over to the website? Have you used those codes over there? Have you got plenty of discounts? Because we want you to have the best bargain that you can get from the show. If you've got a good bargain, let us know what it is. If you've got something you've been after for ages, also let us know what it is. And if you just want to pop in and say hello, we are completely social. We've got you coming up with comments in the studio. So if you want to send anything in, there we go, straps below. You can see exactly how to do it, which is amazing. Now, I've had a fabulous day because I've had a fabulous lady in the building. And she, of course, our Nicola in my ear. Nicola and George are always lovely, but it's always a pleasure to spend the day with Corrine. Corrine, it's been a good day.
It's been a lovely day, hasn't it? We've done some great stuff. We've shown you some amazing deals. We've had some really good offers on as well. I think it's been a brilliant day to be crafty.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking about offers, we do have some codes that you can go to the website. Remember, if you spend £50, you're getting £10 off. Doesn't sound a lot, but when you've got maybe £40 of products in your basket, if you think you added something else in, you're getting it free because you're getting that tenner back. So it's really worth looking at that. But you can see on the codes there, we've got £10 off when you spend £50, we've got £20 off with £100, and you've got £30 off with £150 spend. And that is across the site. That is not just on anything that's discounted already or any deals. You can get that across the site. But please go and check out the bundle deals we've got on there. You can go onto the website, just click on any one of those deals and it will take you to what's on offer and what the deals are, because there are some incredible offers today. Lots of people in already saying hello. Susie's in on social, so hello Susie. And we're going to be because this is launch party, we get to preview a couple of things tonight, which is amazing. And we also get to see our Corrine's take on the new creator card dies that were only launched yesterday, which is amazing. And we also get to see some of the Gnomes collection, the Roaring 20's. We know Corrine is the master of foam flowers, so she's going to be showing her take on those as well, which is going to be simply incredible. But the first thing I do want to show you is those incredible dies that only launched yesterday. And I say incredible, these really are beautiful dies. You know us at Crafters TV, we do the most amazing creator card die. We're quite renowned for them now, where they cut directly into the front of your card. Leanne and the team are always trying to do something that little bit different. These ones come with some nesting dies on the inside, and the pattern on them, they call them simple creator card dies, but they are more than simple. They are stunning, just unique, beautiful designs, and you've been loving them. You've been loving all the designs that we've got with them. There'll be something for everyone. We've got the timeless foliage here. Go back and watch our show this morning. Corrine did an amazing demo with that in our wake-up call. We've then got our fancy floral. I love that design. It really reminds me of a stained glass window. Absolutely love that one. You've got your pretty petals, and this one I think is brilliant because I think this really goes, it's our traditional tiles. This is going to match with that Roaring 20's so well, and I think it's good when we can intermingle those different collections that we've got. And you can see new launch, but you're already saving £44.95, £72.96 today, or $84.80. Now that's because we have a showstopper, so you're getting additional items in this bundle. You've got your tape pen, you can see at the top there, you're getting those 6 dies, and you're also getting the 2 ink pads as well, which are amazing. So much you can do with this showstopper, and we're going to head over to our Corrine, who's going to show us exactly what she's got in store for us.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you said that you really like the fancy floral, because that's the one I'm going to start with. So these are really clever, and what we've done is we've broken them down into elements. So each die set comes with 5 dies: outside edge, main detail, and 3 nesting dies. So you can build it up as much as you want. So if you saw us making a box earlier, we didn't use the outside edge, but for this I'm going to, and you've got that gorgeous faux stitching all the way around. Then if you look at this die, there's no cutting blade all the way around the outside. So I'm going to put it inside that edge, so that this is now going to cut me out a topper effectively. Now there's no die here, no blade here. So if I want a solid layer, I leave it like that. If I want an aperture, I put the first of the nesting dies in. I want it solid, so I'm just going to pop my black cardstock over the top of there, and then I've held it on my my magnetic sheet so everything stays in place, and then oh no, I need to pop that on there, and that wants to go right. I nearly cut into my plastic shim then, and then we can pop that through here. So with one pass, I'm going to create the most amazing topper. I've cut it out of black because I wanted a real wow impact. So that's going to give you all of that brilliant impact. There we go. And then if I open this out, you can see in here, lift that one off. I put a piece of tape on there so it didn't move. Let's get rid of that tape off my magnetic shim. And then if I lift this, look at this, with our black card, and then I can just poke out these last little bits. They've just held in. They're perfectly cut. They're just held into place. Take those off from there, and look at that. Isn't that absolutely perfect? And in the black, it looks really striking. There we go.
Love that.
Let me move that out of the way so you can see. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? And like you say, stained glass window, perfect for paper piecing, because you'd probably come in with the flowers and then leave the other bits, but it's going to work even better. Now, you know me, I've really got into my sort of, we call it mixed media recently, don't you know? So all I've done, piece of watercolour card, and I've gone in here with parakeet, honey pot, damson wine, oh there's damson wine, and fuchsia. And I've just blended them. I've then put some water on, and then I've gone over with our acrylic pens because we've got those on the show. So I thought that would be really nice. So, you know, we've got our acrylic pens. All I did here, can you see all the white dots? Just to add, just get your acrylic pen, and I needed it dry, that's why I had to do it in advance. Get your acrylic pen, pop it like that, prime it, get lots flowing, and then just tap the end. So I've just tapped the paint off, and I've just created that look. Make sure you clean it off your glass mat, because remember, acrylic paint will stick to anything. We weren't talking about that earlier. If you do prime it onto your glass mat, remember, if it dries, it becomes permanent. So just remember to clean it off your acrylic mat when you're doing it. But
I love that. That looks absolutely beautiful. And actually, I think we forget to use that white pen, and it's so used in so many different things, but that looks really effective.
It does. Now, you can see a faux stitching, and again, I've just used a white pen to go around there, because then when I put that over there, I've got the faux stitch in the black and the faux stitch in the white.
Oh,
now, doesn't that look beautiful? So sometimes you think, well, I've not blended them overly, but the minute you put that over there, wow, isn't it?
It is
really
a wow.
is wow. Now, just because you didn't need to see me do it, I've put some foam pads on the back of there, because I think that looks even more when you can just raise it ever so slightly and you get a bit of a shadow behind.
Love that.
So I've got another piece exactly the same. So I've just used exactly the same ones, but this was quite important. I'm going to die cut into this, so I really did need it dry. So I'm going to then get my nesting dies. I'm going to put my largest one on. Just pick a bit that you like. I try to get as many colours as possible. And then I'm going to take the smaller one and cut that out of the middle. And can you see what I'm doing is creating a frame, a nice little frame.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So we can pop that that way around. Look, you can see I've got white pen. And then put that one through. And that's going to make a nice frame to go in the centre. So it's almost going to look like you can see through, but I've been able to raise it off.
Yes.
So it'll work really well. Now, this is going to cut me out two pieces. It's going to cut me out the frame, and then it's going to cut me the one out of the middle. But I want them both. I'll show you why in just a minute. Oh, that one's moved a little bit, but there we go. We'll see. I've got one that's a bit neater, maybe. So you can see we've got the frame, and then I've also got the one that fits in the middle. So what you can do is you can raise one up and have one behind.
I really like that. That looks amazing.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So let's start putting this together as a card. Can you see how quickly this is going to create a card? So silver and black. Can you see the silver? Silver mirror and black. Really simple concept. So with this, I was looking at some of the finished samples that our design team did, and they did some beautiful ones, but I thought, actually, if I create a really nice paper, I don't need to come in with paper piecing. I don't need to be adding extra flowers because I've got it all there.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to pop that one on here, and the black just around the outside really makes that pop. So
I do love black with dark colours. It really draws your eye into the centre, doesn't it? Yeah, it's beautiful. And I love your colour combo. I think these colours together work exceptionally
do you know what? I
well.
think they are traditional for Crafter's Companion, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, we all love these colours, don't we? It's those bright popper colours.
There we go. Oh, they're liking this one here. If I put it like that, does it look like a bit like a galaxy?
It does, yeah.
Space. There we go. I think it's the white bits that I've put on there as well, makes it look a bit space-like. So take these foam pads off from here, and then, oh, there we go, just take the back. So, because I've cut them down, sometimes you'll find that once you start to cut them down, you know how you can just pin into the back? I sometimes find that they don't always release the backing quite as easily. Do you find that?
Yes.
It's sometimes, but it's still not difficult. There we go. We can just take those off. Just making sure I put plenty on because we don't want it to dip. So we can pop that one on there, and then let me just make sure I've twisted this card around so many times. We'll pop that onto here, and then that will pop onto there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one, and I've got. That one's going to go on there, and then this one's going to go on here. But to make it look even nicer, all I've done is I've used that die. Can you see? Because it's got the faux stitching in. I've just cut 2 pieces of acetate, and I've just popped some shakers. I used our shaker dies on that, and then that will go on there. So I've made a little shaker.
Clever.
Just made a little shaker. So I've just put red liner tape onto here, on there.
It's a very creative card, this one, Corrine.
Thank you. And then let's go around the outside with this. I can do it with a tape pen. Just keep it nice and tight to there. So these are super strong tape pens, so you won't have any... Oh, I need to glue that down first. Any problems with that? Let's just put a little bit of tacky glue on there. And that's going to go just... like that, and then we can then just pop, let me make sure that's centered. I mean, how lovely is that looking so far?
It's beautiful, absolutely stunning.
From our Dancing Dragonflies, we've got those like swash sentiments.
Yes.
So I've just cut that out of a little scrap, so you know, I had little pieces like this, so I've just cut those. And if for people asking, this is just put through my Xyron.
And so, actually, that's a really good tip because we forget about that waste that you can cut your little die cuts with that, and it looks really effective because it all ties it in.
Butterflies, sentiments, anything. I've even used it to cut flowers to do too. So that's going on there. And then the final little bit that I'm going to do is just a tiny little bit, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of hot glue just there and pop a bow on like that, and that is how I would make that one up. I mean, a little bit different, I thought.
It's really different. I absolutely love that. It is so beautiful. Now, if you want to be creating cards like that, why not pop these in your basket because they are exceptional dies. These are our new Simple Creator card, and they're called simple because of the simplicity of them, but they are more than just simple creator cards. So this one is our traditional tiles. We've then got our pretty petals, the one that Corrine was just using, which is our fancy florals, our timeless foliage, and then we've got our rose garden, and then one more, which is our dainty doodles, which I love as well. And actually, sometimes when you have a range of creator card dies, there's maybe 1 or 2 that you think you wouldn't use too much of because you like the other design so much better. I think with these ones, every single one of these 6 is very usable. You'll want to use every single design. online and you'll find what works for you. But I absolutely love them. £72.96 tonight, which is amazing. And remember, by spending the £72 or the $84, that will take you over that £50 mark, and you will get that additional £10 off. If you wanted to push that up to the £100 mark, you'll get £20 off. You can see at the side there, it shows us all those codes that you need to. Sweet Save 10 for your £10 off spending 50, Sweet Save 20 for your £20 off spending 100, and your Sweet Save 30 for spending £30 and spending £150 and getting £30 off, which is amazing. Lots of you in tonight. Tim is in tonight. He said he loves these dies. You could possibly do shaker card behind the flowers, maybe, and fussy cut the pieces to fit. I love that, actually. I think if you've got time to really use just some of those little pieces and put some glitter in behind little shaker cards, I think it would look extraordinary. Andrew's in saying good evening here. Andy in from Plymouth. Hi, Andy. Rita's in saying afternoon, crafty peeps. Mardi Gras is a holiday in Louisiana, so I'm enjoying the day off. I didn't know it was Mardi Gras today. Wow, that's amazing. Apologies that we've not picked that up, but hope you're enjoying the day, or enjoying your day off at least. Samantha is in saying beautiful, Corrine. Anne is saying that's definitely a wow card. Olga's in. She says she's sneaking in from work again. We like to see you, Olga. That's great. We've got Mary Pat's in saying beautiful card. Sarah saying she loves that card. Denise saying card is beautiful, so very pretty, saying Bobby Ann. Alison is saying hi everyone. Wow, love this, Corrine. And Bobby and is saying hello everyone from New Mexico. That's amazing. And Diane saying simply fabulous, Corrine. Carol saying beautiful card, Corrine. And Catherine is saying stunning card. I think you'll agree it was quite a stunning card, wasn't it? Right, we're going to bring you something in that Corrine did earlier. Now this is our Explorer kit, which is pretty cool. What it is, it's got our flower forming foam, which is bigger than our A4 sheet, A4 sheet of cards, so it's quite a good size. It has 14 dies also in here, so you are getting your Regal Rose, and you're also getting your foliage as well, which is your foliage die here, and then you're getting your stamens on top of that. You're getting 2 packs of stamens, which is quite amazing. All of this today for £25. Now Corinne's going to show us. So you need this.
Need the roses,
yep,
please.
The actual die. If you go back to our earlier show this morning, Corrine was showing us how to do those beautiful flowers, but she's going to do a little bit more with it now. So we're going to head off to Corrine, see what she's got with these ones, and then I'm going to pass them across.
Thank you. Okay, right. Again, 2 inky ones to begin with, but just purely coincidence. I have created a background because we have got the pigment inks on the show today, and we've got a bundle, and I'm just using a few of them. I'm using Grasshopper Fuchsia, Strawbale and Damson White. Quite an eclectic mix there, but I think we could really make that work. So on my background, I've used Oasis, Pink Tulip and Lemon Tonic. And again, I've just bleached a little bit out of that as well. Now, on Debbie's Sizzlers, we had the static bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run over this with my static bag, because I'm going to do some heat embossing, and I just want to make sure that there's nothing left on there that's going to attract my embossing powder, because so when I sprinkle my embossing powder over, I don't want anything to attract to it. So pigment inks are, it says on here, for blending and embossing. So this is what we're going to be doing on here. Now I've got a stencil. Probably not on the step. I just found my polka dot stencil. You might have stencil in one of your collections or anything. So I'm just finding a stencil that I had, and I'm popping it over my background. And remember, I have just gone over that with my static bag. And then I'm going to take my pigment pads. Now, an opaque pigment ink is thicker than a water reactive. And can you see, look, they're spongy. Can Can you see those are nice and spongy? That's because a pigment ink has a larger molecules than a water reactive, so it needs that spongy carrier. And I'm going to use my dauber, and I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go over my my background that I created. Now, because they're larger molecules, they take a little bit longer to dry, which is why they're so good for heat embossing, because they don't dry so quickly. If I was to use a water reactive, it would dry so quick that before I could get embossing powder onto it and stuck to it, they would have dried. So I'm then going to come in with my fuchsia, and you can see these are opaque, so I can blend the colours together. And can you see, look here, where I'm going to go between the colours, and I'm going to get a really nice effect. So I'm just doing sort of diagonal stripes across, and you'll find these finger daubers really allow you, look, to get in all the nooks and crannies.
Did you see Craig's top tip with the finger daubers?
Oh, I didn't. What was that?
So Craig put the craft knife upside down and it fits in the finger daubers and uses it, but I then used a spritzer bottle and it fits perfectly in them.
Oh, does it?
And it gives you more room, so if you find it hard to use them fingers, and it works really well. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. It was like a real light bulb moment.
Yeah. Yeah, because some people might struggle a little bit to get their hands in if you struggle with dexterity. So
well, I've got fat fingers. I was quite open about it. So when I put my finger in there, it like hurts after a while. So I have to hold it at the edges.
No,
and
I
not
never would have
inside.
looked at you and said you've got fat fingers.
Yeah, I got fat fingers.
Oh, I don't think they're that bad. I don't think they are.
Yeah, and it was brilliant. And because he used a craft knife, I thought, well, as long as you got the lid on, that's fine. I didn't have a lid for mine. I've lost it, so I couldn't really use that. And then I realised that our Spectrum Noir spritzer bottles fit perfectly in them.
Oh, brilliant. Good spot.
Gives you a good handle.
So don't worry about, so as we're going across, and your pigment ink is acting as, it's changing the colour, but it's acting as a carrier as well, so that to hold that embossing powder in a minute. So don't worry that we're going with a lighter one over a darker one there. It'll still look absolutely brilliant. And then I'm just going to come in with my purple at the end. And then, oh, let's make sure, I don't want to miss any bits. And then, just make sure it's as damp as we can get it. Just go over all of the layers one last time. I'm not going to go silly fast, but I'm not going to be slow, if that makes sense. You know, you want to make sure you work in a reasonable speed. What's the last one? Let's just make sure I've got all of those. Right, there we go. So we've got all of those on there. And then when we peel this off, can you see? Now, as we said, you could do this with water reactive inks, but you wouldn't be able to then heat emboss it.
Yeah. So
once I've got that, I'm going to get a piece of card or paper, pop that underneath, and then I'm going to get my embossing powder on it. And I'm going to just liberally, don't worry about this, because most of this is going back in the tub, but I'd rather put too much on, I don't know about you, put too much on and tap it off. Then you know you've covered it all, don't you?
Yes, I do exactly the same. Yeah,
yep.
Exactly the same.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm not. I know there's people that put a little bit on and they wiggle it around, and I'm like, just sling it all on. It'll be fine. It'll all go back in.
There we go. And then, because I use the anti-static bag, it's come off between the dots. So can you see my dots have suddenly gone a bit opaque and a bit dull? That's because it's got powder over the top. So I'm just going to. I don't need that again for this one. I will in a minute, but not for this. So I'm going to get that. And I'm going to take that there. And I'm just going to get my heat gun. Now, I'm not going to go straight in with my heat gun. I'm just going to give it a minute to warm up. And then all we're going to do is we're going to heat. And so the pigment ink will hold, it's strong enough to hold that powder there until it turns. So if you can watch this, so if you can see, now look at that, can you see how that is changing? Can you see how it's going?
I never tire of this, ever.
No. And I'm not wafting it because I'm just doing it in a nice controlled, can you see a nice controlled path across there? You don't need to waft it around, just do it nice and slowly. But the great thing is once the powder is on, you're in absolutely no rush. You could walk away, you could go have your tea, you could come back and then you could heat set it. It's about getting the powder on before that ink dries. You've got plenty of time, but you know, get the powder on and then do whatever you need to do. So if you're doing a couple of sheets, you could get the powder on them all and then heat set them all together. It's just about making sure the powder goes on before it dries. And I found I actually missed a bit and didn't realise till I was sort of assembling my card, and when I went back in, I could still heat set it.
Yeah.
Because the powder will just sit there until such time as you either wipe it off or heat set it. It won't go anywhere. And look at that. Now look at those shiny, gorgeous bubbles. Don't they look? Just making sure I've not missed any little stray bits of powder around the edges. I think that should be fine. And that, now, look at that. Isn't that fun?
It's stunning.
Look
yeah,
at
love that.
Really lovely. So that's mixing my water reactives with my pigment inks. So the other little bit I'm going to do to my pigment ink is I've got, this was a sentiment die and it said wonderful news. So it's that shadow die. So you've got it that you can stamp the shadow behind.
Oh, yes.
But I
yep.
just often use them without. So what I'm going to do is exactly the same colours so that everything ties together. I'm going to come in, lightest colour first. So I'm going to come in first with my straw bale. And I'm going to just pop this on here. Now remember, your pigment inks last for ages before they will dry. So you've got plenty of time to work. So this is almost like a demo of two halves because we're going to go on to do some flowers in a minute.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's plenty to hit. So now I'm going in with my next colour, which is my fuchsia. Look at how strong that colour is.
Amazing. I
And
love
then-
the fuchsia of the pigment ink pads.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so lovely.
And then we're then going to come in with the damson wine. And then we're going to come down. I can go over the top of the fuchsia because it'll cover it up. It will, you know, because it'll layer up, so to speak. We can then just come down here, just all the way down there and just add those in. See, we've got this beautiful ombre of the same colours that we've got in the background. I'm just going to pick up a little bit more of that, pick that up. Oh, that pink's a little bit dotty. There we go. We don't want it dotty. So we'll put that on. And then, this is clever. I love doing this technique. Right, so pick that up, my craft card, my scrap card, and then I'm going to bundle over my thingy, my powder. So this is where a good pair of tweezers definitely helps. And I'm going to take that, and can you see the powder is stuck beautifully to that? I'm actually going to put a bit more on here. And then I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to bring that in, and let's damage limitation. And then we're going to bring that, and we're going to come down here, and we're just going to set that. And now this time we are going to work quite quickly. I want to keep it nice, and I don't want that to dry off too much. I'm going to come to here, all the way down to the end. Now that's gone shiny, but if I take that, I don't know if you can see it, I'm just dipping it back in the powder that's already on. And there you go, you can see it's picking it back up. Now it didn't pick up at that end because that end had dried, so what I'm going to do, often do it in stages, so just get that end wet, and I'm just dipping it back in the powder. There you go, in that embossing powder. See if I can bring it over so you can see. So I've got my embossing powder there. You can see, dip it in quick while there you go, while it's nice and... Our Nicola obviously had something really important to say to us, and she forgot to press the button so no one could hear.
Yeah, she's been talking to herself for a while.
There we
She's
go.
probably thinking, why is everyone ignoring me?
So you can do as many as you want. I usually do a good 3 coats, but can you see, every time I go back in, before it sets, and then that will now be, there we go, wonderful. Yes, Nicola, it will be wonderful. But can you see, it has now enamelled.
Yeah, it's
that.
amazing.
Isn't that beautiful? Can you see that? I hope. Oh, we've got black. There you go.
It's my favourite technique as well. It is
There you go,
so
look at that.
beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, it's lovely. I love that.
Just enamelling it, and that's dry now. But he's made it quite robust. Can you see, look, if I hold that, it's not floppy at all.
Yep.
It's a nice, robust piece. And we can make that even better by going with a little bit of a drop shadow.
Very
Doesn't that look
nice.
pretty? Okay, so let's just clear up this mess. Let's start again. We've got a bit of a mess on here. Now, we're going to have a go at doing some flowers. And you can colour your flowers in lots of different ways. You can go in with your alcohol pens. You can go in with, you often see us with our water reactive pens. But what happens if we colour our foam with our pigment inks? It is absolutely brilliant because pigment inks don't dry quickly. They're slow drying. So when we start to blend, then we're going to get lots of lovely blending with them. So when we shape them, it's going to blend that ink. So we're going to use this template. We don't want
So ink before you heat?
Yes.
Ah,
I'm not going to
okay.
heat them. I'm going to use the heat of my hands.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to do a
right.
different shape flower. So I've
Nice.
taken my template. Let's turn that over. And then pop that on here. So we've got the 4 dies there, but this is like the next size up. So let's just see if I can see a pencil. I meant to pick up a pencil. There it is. So all you need to do is draw around there. And then I just do it in pencil because then it doesn't show up much. But the thing is, we're going to shape these flowers. We're going to shape them quite a bit. So if you don't cut them out absolutely perfect, do you know what? It'll never show.
Yeah.
No one will ever be able to see. So if I just put that there, and then I can come in round here. I'm cutting 2 layers at once, just because I do. And then I'm just more or less following it, but don't get too hung up on it, because we're going to do a lot of shaping, and every layer is going to look different anyway. And then we can just come around here, just all the way around. So this is how you use the templates. Just pop it over your foam, or your cardstock, or your craft metal, or your fabric, whatever you want to do. Draw around it and do. And can you see the foam is so easy to cut? All I'm doing is twiddling the foam. My scissors haven't actually ever moved. It's just the foam that moves. And there we go. We've got 2 of our
Perfect.
flowers. So the piece that I've got left, I'm going to fold that over. Let's find my cutting mat. We're going to fold that one over, and we're going to pop a couple of these on. So we can take that one, and then my leaf. I'm going to fold that in half and put that on here. Now we have got some more foliage in that Explorer bundle, if you want to. And I was actually thinking that those would look lovely, just cut out of white, not even out of foam. Some of that foliage would look beautiful. So yeah, mix and match your mediums. Looks really good too. So let's put that one away. Let's try and be a little bit organised, because we've got quite a lot going. And then it's never quick when you're doing flowers. No. I try, I know everybody wants to see them, but it does take a little bit of time when you're doing your flowers. Now look at that, absolutely perfection. And then we can put those out there. And 2 layers usually separates. Oh, I can see that separating there. There we go. Now, as I always say, you can cut up to 6 layers, but you can actually spend longer separating the layers than it takes time to cut them out as a couple of ways. Well, Nicola's asking me, is there an easier way to not... I actually at home don't use my magnetic shim. I take off a little bit of the pressure, still goes through absolutely perfectly. Now look at that one, that one's actually ripped. Really doesn't matter. That is more than usable. It really isn't going to hurt at all. Now I think I've got some.
Do you know what you could do? So Nicola's just said about, is there a way, is to use your little anti-static pillow. You could put that between your layers, and then
You
your
could.
layers probably wouldn't
I never
stick
thought of
together
that.
so much. Yeah.
Never thought of that. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my purple, well, damson wine, and we're just going to go round the edges, just round the edges like that. And again, as we always say, don't spend too long worrying about it, because we're going to shape these in a minute, and the blending and shaping will do all of the blending. That one's going there, then the straw bale. Now, if you think about flowers, very often when you look at flowers, the centres aren't white. I often use quite a limey green in the centre of my flowers, or like we've done there, the straw bale works equally as well. So we can pop those like that, just round there.
So you'd recommend doing it on both sides of the
Always.
flower?
Now, the reason I'm doing it on both sides is because my flower is going to be quite dimensional. So if I only did it on that side, if that side of the petal showed, it would be a white side, and then it's going to look such a shame, like you've not quite finished it. For the sake of the few seconds it takes, like I say, now this is my pigment ink, so it's like a nice damp ink, and it'll last for ages. I think that'll do to show you the gist. Oh, let's go on to let's get the grasshopper on the leaf, so we can just come around the edge, and it really does lift it if you start putting your ink on. So for the grasshopper, all I'm going to do is fold it in half and then twizzle it, and then when I open it out, straight away it starts to, can you see?
Yeah.
Quite floral shaped. So with this one, that's the top, so fold it into itself, fold it in half again, and then the last one goes on top, and then all I'm going to do is turn that around. That's going to go, and I'm just backwards and forwards with my fingers, and what we're doing there is we're blending that ink. If you want to, you can always at that point put a bit more on, and then it's a bit like tie-dye, it'll only go on to the bits that are visible. So we can do the next one, and there. This is how I learned to do flowers, just with the heat of my hand. And do you know what? Crafter's Companion foam is so reactive to the heat of your hand. Yep, we can use craft irons, yes, we can use heat guns, but do you know what? If you don't want it to shrink, which it will do with a big heat source, 10% or so, if you don't want it to shrink, then use the heat of your hand. It's the best. It's the best way to do it.
These are reminding me of like pansies, because they have that sort of touch.
Do you know what? As I was making them, all I could think of was pansies.
Yeah, they really do look like
Yeah.
pansies. I've not seen them made in this way. I've always made them with a heat tool, or an iron.
No, you can do it like that. So I've got, oh, I should have done might have to do a couple more just to get it to go. Where's my purple?
I'm quite happy watching you do these flowers. I'm sure everybody else is as well.
Okay, I thought I had a few spares and I haven't, so let's just put that onto here. There we go. So I like to do 3 or 4 layers as a minimum in my flowers. So just, then we can put that one on there. And then even this one that I've ripped, it really isn't a problem because we can just glue it back together. But flowers aren't perfect. You know, flowers in nature have little tears. I mean, how often do you see a rose on the bush with a mark on it and what have you?
Yes, exactly.
It still looks just as brilliant. So, right, there we go. Let's do this one. I mean, they're so quick to do, aren't they?
And I was just going to say that, like you were saying, you know, take a bit of time, but actually they do come together very quickly.
They do.
And it's really good seeing it done from start to finish.
Thank you. Right, so that's going to go on there. Just blending that. And this last one, that's going to go on there. Now, I often have a few that I don't make into flowers. So I've got a couple here that I'm actually just going to leave like that and then tuck them in. And they just look like little filler bits. So it looks really lovely. Right, now I've got all my little bits here, my flowers. So the bit I need now is I need my glue gun because hot glue is the best way to do these. And I need my shaping tools, my mat and my ball tools. So all I'm going to do now is open this one out. Now you can come in here and you can do lots of shaping, but I actually want to leave it quite like that. So I'm just going to pop them in size order before I start, because I do want to be able to work at reasonable speed. Those are that ones, that one. Now this one might be the one that's ripped, so I'm going to use that one on that layer, then on that layer, and then I'm going to come in with that final layer. There we go. So those are my layers. Where's my glue gun? There it is. Let's bring this up because it will keep my glue gun. There we go. Right. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here, and then we're going to layer these onto here. They're not fair to us, are they, Nicola? I mean, Debbie, they're not fair to us.
No, they make us laugh in our ears, and we were trying to be very professional then.
They're just not fair. Right, and I'm just layering these up, you can see, layering them up, rotating them as we go. Just, there we go. We can pop these on here, and then we can put the final one just in there, and then I'm going to get my ball tool. There we go. And then what I'm doing here is I'm just holding it so that I'm flattening the glue, because you want the smallest amounts of glue in there. And look at that.
So nice. Love that.
And then you can just adjust that shape. I often do a lot of the adjusting once it's done. So we want some stamens in the centre, and you're going to get 2 packs of your stamens in that deal. So I've just taken a whole lot out. Now, this is not a time for less is more. More is more with your flowers. I very rarely use 1 or 2 stamens. I'm quite happy to use up to about 10 stamens. So that'll be, when I fold it in half, that's probably going to get me to about 20 stamens.
Yeah.
And I often think they look so much better when you've got lots of stamens, and you've got 2 packs. And I think, and there's, you've got, I think, 400 in each pack, is that right? So just,
yeah, you got a lot.
So you've got 800 stamens, so don't worry about only using a few. I've just got a piece of floristry wire there, or very fine fuse wire. Now, I've got reels and reels of floristry wire that I've just picked up as I go into craft stores, go anywhere that does floral arrangements. You probably get it from the florist or anything like that. And like I say, if not, just use a very fine fuse wire. So really easy to come by. And one piece will last me ages.
And also, just a little tip, when you get your stamens, they come with a little bit of wire around them. Use that bit of wire as well, because that's
I've got that little piece there, look.
Yeah.
You could use that if you wanted to as well. So once that's dry, all I would then do is just trim off the ends. Did that a little bit early, but there you go. They're non-stick scissors, so I can get that off. There we are. So that is my flower. And then look at the leaves as well. And look at that.
That's amazing.
It looks beautiful. Nothing like a rose. Just because it said Regal Rose on the packet, you don't have to stick with that.
Yep.
Okay, so I made that piece here, and I've now just, again, black. Just because I think black works really, really well. So that's going to go onto my card base. There we are. Promise you, this is the last demo I've got planned with blending and all the rest of it. I know we've done two back to back, but that was the last one. So we can pop this on first. There we go. It's so tactile as well. It feels lovely. And I've lost my sentiment, the one that I'd already matted and layered. What have I done with it? Have I dropped it on the floor? What have I done with it? If not, I'll have to just glue this one together. It was here a moment ago. And it's there, look. There we go. Right, so just sort of plan it all out first. So I've got wonderful, and then I've got a news. There we go. That's going to come just here. I don't know where we're going yet. And then we've got a couple of flowers. Does that one? Does that one?
That's exactly what I would have done.
Would you do that way? Yes, that way better.
That's
do you know
beautiful.
what? You never know how these are going to go.
That's how I do mine all the time, though. I just see what where to compose it. It's like that composition, isn't it? And just have a play. If you don't like it, just switch it around. Don't glue it down until you're happy with it.
Exactly. I'm not going to glue anything down. My glue sticks, I'm going to have to put a fresh glue stick in. That one's just got a little bit melted because I've had the glue gun on. There we go. So what Nicola's saying, does the heat of the glue gun affect the foam? Yes, when you sort of start to glue it together, if you were to use lots, it would start to shape it. But one of the things I always say is just use a very small amount. So yes, if it does shape it, it wouldn't be anything that you need to worry about. The impact would be so small. So you can see I've just used a little bit on there, and then we're going to pop that onto here. Looks beautiful, but until we put our leaves on, so all I tend to do is scrunch it up a little bit, grab it with the tweezers, and then put the hot glue on. So that will then hold it, and then just tuck it in to there. Then we've got the next one. You always have to put leaves in. Foliage is so important when you're doing that. And then, as you said, you've got flowers in here. And oh, George.
George is bigging up your card, that's
he certainly
for sure.
is.
Yes, yeah. We've gone from demo of the day to
Which
demo of the week
show?
to demo of the month to demo of the year.
There we go. Just building them up like that. Okay, I'm just taking the annual one. Yeah. I'll just put them all against mine. Thanks, George.
Just do a Leanne. Just add all like 10 stars up on the board.
Bless her, that was so funny. They've been taken down off her. Poor Leanne.
That was Debbie Robinson. No one else dared do it.
I'm just going to see. I'm going to use a little bit of glue gel. I like different heights and different dimensions. I'm going to pop that just there. Do you know what? I need another leaf. One last leaf. And then we're done, I think. But it is important to have the foliage in there, and that's going to tuck under there like that. There we go.
That is
and
stunning.
How about that? Just to show you how a different way to colour up, but also what you can do with those pigment inks.
I absolutely love that. I mean, it's quirky, it's pretty, it's bright. I mean, what is there not to love about that card? It's amazing. I will read out all the comments that are coming through for that because there are plenty. So if you want to be creative like Corrine and duplicate making those flowers, like Corrine was saying, that rose dye can be any flower. It's just creating in a different way. Now, the Explorer kit is amazing. It has all those foams. So the white foam, you get a pack of that, which you can be using to make all those and add your inks. You've also got your coloured foam pack as well. You've got that rose dye, which is not here. Corinne's pinched that to do the demo, but which is absolutely fine because we wanted to see them. You've got the foliage dye, which has got your 5 pieces in there. And then you've also got that pack of 400 stamens, which is amazing. You get 2 packs of those. There's 200 in each, £25 or $35. So, right, we've got lots of people commenting tonight and watching tonight, absolutely loving it. So let's go right back. So Roseanne is saying that's an awesome technique, Corrine. They were saying, Lillian saying looks amazing. Susan saying, I really like the way Corrine has offset the different colours on the lardwood dye. I do have to read one out which really made me laugh. It says, oops, Kirsty, what have you been up to? It says, I've cleaned the fish tank today and those pesky glass painting pens, the acrylic pens, are making me do naughty things. She says, I now have a drawn-in fishing rod in the tank. Absolutely love that. Absolutely brilliant. Pauline saying she's here for the banter. Well, you are very welcome. Susan saying hello to everyone. She's saying she's really happy to see us both and Corinne's demos. Anne is saying that, she's saying she's a fat-fingered crafter as well. Yeah, there's plenty of us. It's absolutely fine. Kay is saying, my hubby carved the end of the cork from a wine bottle to fit into the finger daubers. Good idea. She said it was
Clever
perfect.
hubby.
She said, of course, you just need to find the right size wine cork.
Oh, that might take ages. You're going to have to try a lot to find the right size.
Yeah, that's it, absolutely. Diana's saying, Corinne, you are such a flower guru. I love learning and being inspired by your makes.
Thank you.
Roseanne is saying, beautiful card, Corinne. It looks so real. Beth is saying, love that, Corinne. Anne is saying, gorgeous flowers. Bobby's saying, beautiful flowers. Corinne, those flowers are gorgeous. From Crafty Angie. Andrew is saying, good question. Can you colour the stamens?
Yes, absolutely. Alcohol pens, ink pads, they all work. Yeah, just colour them, colour away. Your pens.
Pens, acrylic pens?
Thank you, that's the word, acrylic pens. Dear me, between Debbie and I, we usually get the words out between us.
It's a good job we're here to help each other, isn't it? Diane says, sorry, but Diane saying, sorry, but could you do the wire part again up close?
Right. Just to show you,
possible?
let me just show you. What did I do? I'll just put those away. So what I did was, let me grab, so this is my stamens that go everywhere with me. It was actually these ones. All you do is get yourself a few stamens. Oh, there we go. Get a few stamens, pull a few out. I'll just do it with a couple to begin with. I'll do it with 3, 4, there we go, so you can see. Then a piece of wire. So this is how I buy my floristry wire. Can you see, just like a bushel. I've had this one years and years. And then I get a piece of my floristry wire. I'm going to put it over there so you can see it, right? And then grab your stamens. Now I tend to try and put all the stamens roughly together, because when you fold them, they will move, they will become more natural apart. So get your stamens just like that. Now, if you want to colour them, just colour the ends, because they're like a clay, so they're really absorbent. Get your floristry wire, fold it in half over the stamens, and just bring them together. Can you see? So I've got them folded that way and that. And then that just pokes through the flower, and you pull the stamens through. And then I put a little bit of glue on the other side.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I've even done it where I've done that and then put that through foam and shaped it round the stamens. You can do that. But yeah, so all you need to do is just shape a few with a piece of folded floristry wire.
Oh,
really
well,
easy.
Hopefully that helps, which I'm sure it is. So thank you, Diana, for that. Maggie's saying she's never seen flowers done like that by hand before. It's beautiful. Jutta has got, says she loves watching Corinne making flowers. She is sort of new watching, don't know what that says. Watching for a month, but only first and second time of chatting. See what you mean. So yes, you are sort of new, but only watching and chatting. Oh, never be shy. Come and chat to us. We like chatting to everybody. Susan saying Corinne needs an envelope box now to put this gorgeous make into. Question for Corinne: what is the difference between a regular embossing powder and a fine embossing powder?
Right, well, the size of the particles.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to see what we've got on here. So I don't think we've got any extra thick on here. No.
But
so
you're right, it is the fine, it's the difference with fine.
So this is just a regular one, and that's absolutely perfect, and that's what I do. And then you can get ultra thick, which works really well if you're doing enamelling, but you need the surface to be really wet because it's really quite chunky crystals.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful if you're enamelling, but you need a really wet surface for it to stick to.
Yeah.
So this is just your regular fine, regular embossing powder. I guess there's finer than that if you're doing things that are really delicate and really fine. But I think something like your regular will be as much as you need. I don't think you'll need any more than that, anything finer than that.
Absolutely. And what I would say is if you've got a chunkier embossing crystal, heat it from underneath so it starts to melt away before, and then it doesn't sort of go off because it takes a little bit longer to melt. Just one more question before we move on. Ken Kendall is saying, what type of envelope would you use? So I think that's the envelope box.
Envelope box.
And what size would you use for that card?
Right, so if I was doing this, the great thing about an envelope box is you can make them whatever size you want. So I measure this and I've gone more or less 7 by 6. So I would just go onto my envelope box template and I'd look for 7 inches by 6 inches and I'd make a box like that. Now I don't know if we've got, oh we have, I can see it here. So what I would do is I would come on here and I would actually go for, I'd go for a 1 inch depth. Just to make it, just so I know, if you look at that, just so, you could probably get away with 3/4, but if you went with a 1 inch, so all I would do is I'd come 7 inches by 6 inches, and I can do that from an 11.5 inch piece of card. So 11.5, so I can get it out of my 12 by 12.
Amazing.
So you don't even have to worry about that. So you're 12 by 12, and then you'd use lines I and K on your envelope box.
Amazing.
We've got some Ultimate Pro shows coming up in March, so have a look, and I'm sure our Craig, because it's me and Craig on, will show you how to do those. But yeah, an 11.5 piece, square piece of cardstock would make me a 6 by 7. I find that the 6 by 7 is the measurement of your card. Your box then comes up a little bit bigger. So don't think to yourself, oh, this is 6 by 7, I must do 6.5 by 7.5. I find these measurements...
It does allow.
It does allow... That's a measurement of your card or your piece of paper, and then it will make it a fractionally bigger for you.
That's brilliant, thank you. And so for anyone that doesn't know what the envelope box is, just go and look on the website and you'll be able to find it, and it teaches you how to make envelopes like Corrine's just shown you in those different sizes. Now, how about an out of this world deal? Deal, a deal in my ear. Have you never done that with Ben, Corrine?
Yes.
It is an out of this world deal. Look at that prize, £55, which is incredible. You know how good our tri-blends are. Corrine knows how good they are. She's been using them in all of her demos. They're absolutely beautiful. You can see on the side here that you're actually getting 72 colours in 24 pens. That's what makes these so special. It's why we sell hundreds of thousands of them all around the world, because they are amazing. You've got a 3 pen blend in the same colour family. So if you've got a purple, a blue, a yellow, an orange, it will come in that light, that medium and that dark colours. They're absolutely incredible to use, and I love these ones. They're just amazing. They're our extended collection, which means they're a lot of our deeper colours, and they fit in between your regular ones. So when it's not, say, just our normal tri-blend pens, then you've got our extended collection. It's our extra pens that fit in between those pens as well. So it is quite amazing. Platinum price £44 today,
mad,
or £68.
And there's the brush nibs. I love. If I have a choice, I will always go to the tri-blend blushes first. Well, it depends what you colour in, but most of the time.
It's strange, isn't it? Because I love both. I think both have got their place. I love the brush nib, but I love a hard bullet nib as well. So I think they're perfect. But the brush nib is great if you want to get those brush strokes in, if you want to do that hair, if you want to do that light and shade. The small little nozzle on them to get in those little fine tips is just brilliant with these, and they are absolutely amazing. So if you want to grab our out of this world deal today, you will get these for £55 or $85. Now, we keep talking about this amazing club that we have here. Let's have a look at it and see what you need to join.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
And a dash of this, and a squeeze of this, mix it all together, create my masterpiece.
What's going on here, Ben? Are you making something?
I am indeed. I am just creating a culinary masterpiece and whipping up some sweet treats for our crafty community. So if you don't mind, I've got some finishing touches to do. Et voila, 5 days of truly scrumptious sweet surprises. Unwrap a new decadent deal each and every day between Monday the 20th and Friday the 24th of February.
Oh, that looks amazing. Can I have a peek? Oh. Wow, there's deals, discounts and goodies here, Ben, for every type of crafter.
But we don't want to spoil the surprise right now. We've got some amazing deals and surprises right throughout the week, so you'll have to tune in each and every day, first show, to find out what they are.
And extra sweet deals are going to be landing every day, so head over to Crafters Companion website where you'll find some sweet deals.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comforts of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Hello, I've got a treat for all of our viewers stateside. I've managed to negotiate for you a minimum basket spend of $75 to receive free shipping. That's a huge $50 discount on the usual. You're going to be able to treat yourself up till Thursday midnight and only have to spend that $75 to get free shipping. And of course, because we now have our new super speedy service, it's going to get to you in the blink of an eye. So now's the time. Treat yourself to something special. You only have to spend $75, free shipping, and you've got till Thursday at midnight.
Well, you're certainly enjoying this show as much as we are here as well. Comments are coming through fast and hard. They're amazing. Everyone's saying that they're loving your creations. Marcel is saying such great tips and reminders in every show. This is the reason we watch every day. And I love comments like that because it really does show it's you that watches. We want you to enjoy yourself and know that we're doing our best to inspire you because that's all we want. Now, talking about inspiration, I have the lovely Leanne here tomorrow with me. We're switching because I'm on this side and I've never presented with Leanne before, and I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to it because she is that master of everything Spectrum Noir. Now, you've probably spotted in front of me, I have the brand new Academy of Colour. This is the, do they call it the prequel? Is it, no, not the prequel. What's the word? Penultimate. Not the prequel. Wrong word. It's words again, isn't it? It's words again. Yes, before the last one. So this one is our aqua pencils. And in fact, I'm sure a lot of you in the US might have tuned in today because Leanne did the Academy of Colour tutorials for this one today, our live shows, which is amazing. Now, don't worry if you've missed it, and you'll be purchasing this tomorrow because it is on sale from tomorrow, launch day. You will be able to find that inspiration. There comes a little sort of QR code in here. Your pencils will come in a separate box like this. When you get them, you're going to unclip your box there, open it up and pop your pencils in there. This little card on the back of there will tell you exactly where to go and what to expect with the Academy of Colour. Now, if you are brand new to the Academy of Colour, this has been going on since our first edition launched quite a few months ago now, and it really comes with so much education, I want to say, because it's not just about just having some pencils and colouring. This is a education system that goes right through from alcohol colouring to your watercolour, but also now your pencils as well. You're getting everything in this kit to be able to be really creative with watercolour pencils. Now, I've never seen watercolour pencils that have a dual end like this. They have your end one side and the other side in two completely different colours, which is amazing. It means they're going to blend beautifully together. You're going to be able to do lots of different techniques with them. You're going to be able to do yourself colouring swatches that you can then paint from. It's also got brushes in here, which I was blown away with because I love a water brush. One that has, I did get very excited, yeah. I mean, you know me, I get excited about most things, but this I did get quite excited about. It's because it has a water chamber, and I love the, and you'll know it, Corinne, whenever I do watercolouring, I use my sparkle pen.
Do you?
Because I like it in the chamber, and I love the fact that we've got two brushes in here, which is perfect. You've also got your sharpener, so you've actually got a spectrum sharpener there, which is amazing.
Never seen those before.
I know, we have had them in the past, but it's worth having it just for that branded Spectrum Noir sharpener. All your pencils in there, which are amazing. They're just going to sit beautifully in there, and like I say, all that education online. If I turn that round, you can see exactly what you're getting in that box. All those different colours to be really creative with. In your academy, the first Academy of Colour that comes out, you get a binder, you can put your stamps into there, but you don't have to have all those back editions. If you just want to try out some watercolour pencils and see how they work, you can absolutely just go for this one on your own, or you can get some of our back issues of that Academy of Colour. It truly is an amazing one to do, and you know that our Leanne is just amazing at what she does when it comes to colouring. Spectrum Noir is her baby, so tune in tomorrow. Is it that's at 2 o'clock, I believe, Nicola, the launch day. So 2 o'clock tomorrow, and Leanne's going to be in with them. We just wanted to give you a bit of a preview with that and let you know what's coming up tomorrow with those. So very exciting. Right, gnomes. Oh, gnomes. They're behind you, she's shouting. Over this way. I've got to go over here. Excuse me. Which one is it? Right, so we've had to split these bundles. We're going to do this one first. So it's the boy and girl gnome. Got all the stamps and all the dies to be able to get really creative. Corinne made this earlier, showing how the little girl, you can put her little stencils over her dress and her hat and be really creative with your inks. We've also got the boy gnome. He is just absolutely super cute. And you've also got your stamp set with those as well. So that's a really good one to have. All of those three, that's a really good price, £15.48 or $18.48, half price deal today. So that's our first one. The next one we have, we've split these ones. Now this one is our scene builder, we put it down under, and because it's got the most amazing embossing folder in here, creates that entire scene, but then you've got the stencils to be really creative and really precise over the top of your embossing. You've also then got your caravan, so that beautiful gnome caravan. You've also got the accessory kit, which you can do all those extra little pieces, and then you've got that swing, which is amazing. Now, if you've gone for those cute edgeable characters earlier that we had, you could sit them on your swing.
Oh, that would look cute.
Yeah, that would look super cute, wouldn't it, if you had some little animals on there. So another half price deal where you are saving, oh, it's not half price, you're saving £18.98, so it's £18.98. Oh, you say it is a half price deal. It's getting late in the day, isn't it? Really the same price. Yeah, you're getting that and you're saving that. It means it's half price. Have you got some demos with this, I
certainly have. Now, this is going to, when I was prepared this was all from one bundle. But so now it's from bits from the scene builder and bits from the boy and girl gnome. So I put my little boy gnome onto my rocker block, and then I'm going to ink it up. So, you know, you could do this with just the one, or you could have the two together. Has the paper pad now gone, Nicola? We might still have some of the paper pad if she's going to have a look. But there we go. Look at him. Isn't he fantastic? So you've got that. Push cut it if you want. But, oh, paper pad's still in stock. So you've also got the die. So the die will then go. The great thing is, these will go through your mini. Absolutely. There we go. We can pop that one on there. And that will then, we can cut that out. Now, as we were saying earlier, I always, when it's something like this, I will always die cut it before I colour it. Just in case that die moves, because if that die moves, then I've basically, after I've coloured it, I've done all that colouring and I might have spent 20 minutes on it for the die to have moved. You know, it can be no fault of your own. As you put it into the machine, as you slip the plates over the top, at this point, it's a stamp. If I had to re-stamp, it'll take me 10 seconds. If I had to recut, do 20 minutes of colouring again, I might not be too pleased. So there we go. He has now cut out beautifully. I'm going to use the wheelbarrow, the pond and the watering can from the scenes, and I'm also going to use the fishing rod, which you've even got the dies, look, you see there, look, to cut out the fishing rod as well. So you've got all of those bits. So we're talking about your tri-blends. Now, whichever tri-blends that you've got, you'll be able to use. So I've got my blue turquoise blend here, and I'm just going to come in. Ooh, I've got it the wrong way around. I want the lightest one. Often put it onto, well, you need it on a scrap of paper so that you can see what you're doing, but also it will mean that you can test out your colours as you go. So the great thing about these is, if you don't want to, you don't have to do any shading. Because they're gnomes, they look beautiful with sort of what I'd call block colouring as well. So yeah, they'll work really well. So we'll lay down our base colour first. Just pop that on here. This is a nice juicy one, not like my red I was trying to use earlier. Obviously, this isn't as popular a colour as dark red.
Yeah, the red one I think is very popular.
There we go. So we can put the blue down first. Now remember, with your pens, because they are alcohol pens, they always sort of dry a bit as the alcohol evaporates, fade a bit. So what you might think at first is quite a dark colour will actually become a little bit lighter as it dries. And I often think if you come back like a day or two later, you really notice it. Not a lot, but you know, it will be a slightly paler colour. So don't worry if you think, oh, that's a little bit bright, because it might just change. So again, we're just going to do nice block colour. But look at this. This is our Nina card, which has got lovely long fibres in it, so that the ink will then travel. And then, now, as we're saying, these are brilliant for blending, but if you don't want to blend, look at how the three colours work side by side. Can you see how we've got that gradient of colour as well? So, you know, it's entirely up to you. We can then come in with our lovely coral, and we can come in with our, have I gone with the palest one here? Yes, I have. I've got my coral just here, which is a lovely colour. And that's just going to be the rim of his hat. You do have eyes with sunglasses on if you want to give him eyes, but I like the sort of gonk look to the gnomes as well.
Me too.
And then we can pop this one round there. I mean, how easy are these to colour in?
I think that's it, isn't it? They are very easy. It makes it quite simple colouring. I did one of the girl gnomes a couple of weeks ago, and I paper pieced it. I was stamped onto paper.
I saw that, yes.
Yeah, and it's just, so it's lovely to be able to just do something different with them. But I was actually, while you was doing this, I thought, I wonder what you could stamp onto. I was thinking like you could get a piece of thin cork and do his beard.
Yeah. Let's just do a bit of fair skin on his nose. Might just need that. And then we can just add in a little bit of high. I think this is another one that might be fading down as well.
Yeah, the fair skin gets used quite a lot as well. I think you can buy individual pens when you're running out of them on the website, so perhaps that's what we need to do.
Let's just, I mean, this is nearly coloured in. I mean, how quick is this to colour? So we can come in, again, just using that coral for his shoes, and then I missed a little bit with that blue turquoise. I'm going to get that darkest one and just do the hems of his shorts. trousers, shorts, I'm not sure. And then I'm just going to get my pale blue, which is my ice blue. I'm going to just do his shirt, that colour. So we're just using all those lovely blues. Then we're going to now, I think things like beards can be quite difficult because you don't want to do too much. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come around here and I'm just going to colour, just sort of circle. I don't want it to be a harsh line, so I'm going to do it in circles, little circles just round the edge, just to edge it. So we can then just do just round the edge, just there, just all the way round, just little bit. Sometimes if you do it as a line, like I say, it can look a little bit harsh. So we can just do just there. I am going to have to just do a line just there. And then all we're going to do is where we want a little bit of dimension, we're just going to do little spots. So it just sort of gives it, implies texture. Does that? That's all you need to do. And there you go. And that is as much as you need to do on his beard. Now, it looks lovely, but we can make him look even better because in here we've got the stencil. And oh, this one's been used already. So let's just make, I don't want the black. I don't want that to muddy up my, ooh, somebody's not been cleaning the stencil. Now we're going to, we can't blame anybody. We have no reason to blame anybody. So we're going to just...
Well, it definitely wasn't me because, and I've got videos to prove it, there wasn't a stencil in the pack when I last used it. So I was telling, yeah, the stencils have disappeared. So I think they must have got some new ones. I don't know who's used
Can you see how that lines up perfectly with everything underneath? And then I'm just going to get one of my daubers and then just... And the great thing is, you know, sometimes when you're doing, if you're doing regular stencils, you're being really careful not to go off the edge because you don't want it to go onto another bit.
Are they arrows?
They're anchors. Are you thinking of a prison suit with arrows?
I was actually laughing to myself, thinking he looked like he was in a prison uniform.
No, Debbie, it's anchors.
They are anchors.
What's going through your mind? Whatever made you think?
That naughty gnome.
Now, how about that? Doesn't he look lovely? And how quick was that to do? Now, as you said before, he's got no hands, but that's not a problem. Debbie, you are just too funny. Because both his hands are on his fishing rod. They're trying to work out what our gnome's
He's been
crime
fishing
is.
where he shouldn't be.
Oh, that's worthy of a prison sentence.
Well, it is. I mean, it's a crime, isn't it? You can't go
It is.
fishing when it's out of fishing season.
That's it.
I have no idea when fishing
16th of
season.
March
You've got to be a
to
fisherman.
16th of March to
Tracy
the
will know.
16th of
Do you know
June.
Tracy's a fisherman?
Oh, is she?
Yeah,
well, I
she
know
loves
it's
fishing.
I know it's 16th of March to the 16th
When
of June.
is fishing season,
She's
Tracy?
not listening to me. She's just not listening.
Yeah, she knows. It's
I
the
just
what?
told you
The
you-
what?
For the reservoirs,
Yeah.
31st of March.
Oh, 31st of March. That's when it opens.
No, closes. Closes.
Opens the 31st of March, closes the 31st of October.
There you go.
Ah, that's
31st of March to the
Rivers,
31st of October.
Rivers, you can't fish a river between the end of March and the end of June.
So what's the date? We're in February. Yes, he's going to prison for fishing. He's broken the law.
Because that's when all the baby went, oh dear.
That's hilarious.
You are just too funny. She was off then, wasn't she? She wasn't listening to a word I was saying, was she, Nicola? I was shouting across the studio and you weren't paying the slightest bit of attention to it. Tracy! I'm going, Debbie, this is what it is. Tracy!
I'm sorry. So you knew?
I do, because my husband fishes and I know
I do apologise.
I know the fishing season comes back in just before his birthday.
I just got a bit transfixed because I thought Tracy would know. She fishes.
Oh dear.
I think I need to be sent to prison.
Right. Okay. There we go. Aren't they cool? No, this is too... Right, now, I've got a card blank here with some black, with our gorgeous turquoise Centura pearl, and this is actually from the Gnomes paper pad, which is so, so pretty. Let's do it as a sideways one, and then we're going to pop this on here. Oh, my cheeks are aching from laughing.
Well, hopefully, Gilmore, you're tuned in on YouTube. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday, Gilmore. That's amazing. Drinks for everyone, she says. Send them our way, absolutely.
Pancakes, we're still waiting for the pancakes to arrive, aren't we? Right.
Yeah, I decided against that. I thought I was being really good today. I can't go and have pancakes.
Now, you can do this in a couple of ways. So this one I've done, and I've used the turquoise blue, and then I've just cut a circle of my multi-purpose and inked it with a little bit of blue and a little bit of green. I'm probably going to go with that. But what I also thought was, I actually thought, making sure my flowers are standing up right, I used one of the papers out of the Gnome paper pad. So if you wanted to do it, you could also use a paper from the paper pad. Looks equally as nice. I was chopping and changing my mind. You know when you're getting... Do you do that? You sometimes change your mind about what you're going to do.
Always. So, and then I normally wish I'd stuck to the original.
What did you really, Debbie? I can't imagine that. So we can pop that onto there, and then I'm going to pop my gnome on. Right, let's put his pond on first, because we need to know where he's going to fish, because the last thing he wants to do is fish up into the air.
I do love these accessory dies. They're so good, aren't they?
They are. They just... It's storytelling, isn't it?
Yes.
We're telling a lovely story, and they just complete that story so beautifully. I'm just using foam pads on the back of here, because they're the easiest way to do it. You could use your 3D glue if that's what you'd rather, but foam pads work equally as well. So then we could put our fish gnome on. There we go. And I'm not sure what he's watering with his watering can, but he's watering something. Watering the fish. There we go. And then he's got a wheelbarrow full of flowers, because we all take a wheelbarrow of flowers fishing with us. Yeah. There we go. When she's at the road. Oh dear. Oh goodness. Do you know what? If I went home and told my husband what went on, he'd just look at me like we're idiots.
He'd probably say, do you get paid to do that?
Oh dear me. And then we've got our happy birthday out of our sentiments. And look at that. Isn't that cute? Look, I'm going to turn that round. Look at the colourways of that. I just think that is absolutely beautiful.
Well, there's our criminal gnome at his best, fishing where he shouldn't be fishing, in somebody's pond. Yes, very, very funny. Susan says she hopes that gnome has a licence for wherever he is fishing. Absolutely. Suzanne Dawn is saying that we're cracking her up. We're cracking ourselves up, Susan, honestly. Andrew is saying, what ink, Corrine, did you use through the stencil on the gnome?
What did I use? Sorry, I used my Lagoon water reactive. So I just thought it went really, really well with the blue turquoise. It just seems to match really well. You want something that's sort of in the same colour palette. So earlier when I did the girl, I used the pink tulip over the pale pink. So yeah, just look for two that work, but I think that works quite well.
That's amazing. And lots of people saying about the Academy of Colour. Marcel's saying that she's just finished watching the live class today, and it was fabulous. She'll be practicing all the new techniques for days to come. And Coletta's saying another great teaching video from Leanne, watching the live video. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, but watch Leanne tomorrow, because she'll have lots of hints and tips to show you. Just a quick recap on those accessory dies that you're getting there. This one comes with the swing, which is absolutely beautiful. That set of accessories that Corrine was just using, which has got that pond in there, the little wheelbarrow, all those extra pieces. That also has the caravan, the gnome caravan, and also that scenery creator card embossing folder, which is beautiful. And then for the other part of that one, now both of these are half price deals, so if you go for both of them you'll still get that half price deal on both. We've got the stamp set there which has that play on words for all of those. There's no place like Gnome, Home Sweet Gnome, there's Gnome One Like You, which is beautiful. And then you've got that Gnome boy with his fishing gear, his barbecue, his cool sunglasses, and then you've got the Gnome girl which has got all the other additional pieces there, which is amazing. $15.48 or $18.48. Right, now do need to show you something which is pretty cool. So are we showing the heat tool? Are we doing the heat tool? Yes. I love this set because I didn't think this was back in stock, but it is. We've got our stamping heat sponges. These are incredible. You're getting 4 pieces in there. I'm going to take them out so you can see them. You're actually getting 4 individual pieces, just like so. If you've not seen this, please go on and just type in about the heat and mould stamping tutorials, and you'll see a lot of the team will be making things with these. It's quite incredible. You heat it up with our brand new heat tool and you can stamp anything into it, and I genuinely mean anything. I'm going to show you just a few things of a little booklet that we've got here, and you can see some of the things. Can you believe that is a piece of lace that's been stamped into this sponge? So you heat it up, lay the lace on top, or push your sponge down into the lace, and then you can ink the actual sponge and stamp with it. That's how amazing this is. Things like resin flowers to create different effects. You've got, look at that, I mean that is so cool. I mean screws, nails, anything you can think of. We've got lots of things that the design team have used in here. That one's just wooden embellishments. We've got a stencil, so you can actually push your stencil into them and use all your stencils as a stamp. I love that one, the mini pegs. I mean look at the detail in that one, just by having those little mini pegs and putting them through into that heat and stamping mould. You've got a knitted top, so any of your jumpers or any materials. What about some zips? So pop in some zips. I'm just going to sort of flash through these so you can see a few different effects. More sort of cotton lace on there. Anything that you can think of. Keys, so household keys. How amazing do they look? I mean, so amazing. That one's elastic bands. I mean, there's just, it goes on and on and on. Craig showed one where he put it onto the actual board, our embossing board, scoreboard, to create lines. That one looks like little worms, but it's actually pasta, which is amazing. You've got twigs. Yeah, just so many different designs. Shells. I think the board is in there. Yeah, there's a scoring board. So absolutely amazing. And one more, let's show you of those ones, which is our hessium. So a piece of hessium, put that onto your heat and mould and stamp it down. It's absolutely incredible. Now you are getting all of these, so you're getting your 4 pieces of your heat and mould stamps here, and then, or foam should I say, and you're getting our heat tool. It's a great heat tool. It has 2 settings. It's really powerful and it's really hot as well. So it does all those things like your flower forming foam, your heat embossing, but also your heat and stamp, which is absolutely incredible. $29.98 today, or $36.90. Such an amazing deal on that one, and it's really one to grab because it just offers you so much versatility in your crafting. Right. Now bring this box round. This is a beautiful box. Now, anyone that didn't see it earlier, I mean, come on, they really went all out with my sign. Debbie's Sizzlers. I mean, lots of money spent on this sign here. I've been assured. But we have got, I don't mind the sign because I do have the most amazing deals in here. Now, the first thing I want to show you is the incredible Centura Pearl. These are hot deals, honestly. £8.39, which is amazing, for Centura pearl, which is just flawless. It is 300 GSM with an extra 10 GSM coating. You've got all those different colour golds running through there, looking beautiful. Think of all the wedding stationery you could be making with this, wedding cards, but also just all year round for whatever cards you want to do this for. It is just quality cardstock. It's one that you need in your stash. 36 sheets of this in precious golds, only £6.71 if you're in the club for platinum price, which is absolutely amazing. Right, next is my gilding flakes. Let's bring those out. We had to have shiny things in here because I'm a bit of a magpie. I love shiny things. I absolutely love gilding flakes, and I absolutely love the colours that this comes in. You're getting those 3 different colours, which is incredible. You've got your midnight mauve, your deep iris, and your lapis blue. Incredible colours in there. They're great little pots to keep. Use your tacky glue, use your glue that comes with our glitter, other glitter flakes, but also your red liner tape, your dotty tape pen, your normal tape pen. All of these things you're going to be able to use with these to stick this amazing gilding flakes down with. £9.74 or $11.01, which is amazing. Great platinum price on those as well. Now, to do everything that you want to do, all your crafting, all your cutting, all your table protecting, you're going to need a mat. So if you haven't got a glass mat, this is your next best thing. It's a great mat to have. It's self-heating, so it's really good for rotary cutters. It's great for DIY, projectists, anything that you want to use it for, but really good to protect your table. It's strong, it's white clean, it's great for kids, it's great for pets, it's great for everything. But what I love about it is it's got all your markings, so you've got inches all the way around the side, the bottom, and along the top. And then if I turn it round, you've got centimetres on the other side. So if you like doing your projects that have got angles, that you've got those folds in them, you've got precision with these mats. Only £9.09 or $17.49. You're saving 30% on that one. Then I want to show you the jigsaw. This is a great one, and I actually can't believe the price of this. £10.49 for this whole 5x7 30-piece jigsaw. £8.39 platinum price, which is incredible. It's going to cut you out a really quirky shape for your jigsaw puzzles. It's going to be great for gift giving. Imagine how many or how much you can charge to make yourself a box and have a personalised puzzle in there with that box, the picture on the outside to copy. I mean, that's just incredible. You'll get your money back in no time for that, because honestly, go and look online, see how much puzzles for this size cost you personalised. It's a lot of pennies. This one is amazing today, only $13.98, £8.39 if you are platinum price as well. So that's a great one to have. Now, I do want to show you this one. I'm still a little bit shocked this is about, because it's amazing value. I don't think I've ever seen a craft kit that's £10. In fact, $8 or £8 platinum. Never. I've just never seen one that price. There's so much in it. Over 200 elements in this box. You know our craft kits come beautifully packaged. It has everything in there to create the most divine cards. These are die cuts and stamps that we've got in here. So you've got your dies and your stamps. Show you the 2 dies. You can use these on the outside to create a card, or you can pop them on the inside to create a pop-out design. There's inspiration and there's online tuition as well with these boxes. We've then got our stamp sets to go with each one, so you're getting 2 stamp sets and your 2 dies. I'll say 2 stamp sets. They've got loads of sentiments on those ones. You're getting then your pearls in all those different colours, and that colourway runs through this box. So it's in the ribbon, so you've got 3 different sizes, 3 different colours that match those pearls beautifully. You're getting your 3 sizes of cardstock, your 5x7, your A6 and your 6x6 with envelopes as well. And then to top it all off with the beautiful box, you're getting your cardstock. Oh, let me just grab those. So first of all, you're getting all your blanks. So your what I like to class as your solids, which are in cardstock, 8x8 double-sided, absolutely beautiful. And then you're getting all your pattern papers. Let me grab grab those ones out, and you can see that colour tone running through again with those beautiful papers. They're just amazing, lovely designs on there that you're going to be creating time and time again. I think for just your consumables alone, for £10 without adding in your dies and your stamp sets and your ribbons and your everything that you get in this box is truly amazing. So your pop out seeing craft kit with over 200 elements, only £10, $10, which is incredible. Right, now one of my absolute faves today, which I love, and that's our Discovery craft kit. I think this is a really great one to have. It's an Advanced Discovery Adventure Kit. It's one where you can practice all your hair and skin colours. Let's take that out for you to have a look. You're getting all your classics and you're getting your illustrators in there, which is incredible. You know how good we are with our pens. Our illustrator literally are our top range of pens. They have a Japanese brush nib, which is like no other you've used. So these, to have in your hands and colour with them, you will just enjoy them so much. You've got our classics in there in beautiful colours. You've also got your art liner as well to do all those extra little bits and detail. You also get tuition. You know at Crafters Companion, we're always going to hold your hand. It's all step-by-step tuition, giving you hints, giving you tips. There's lots to do on there. You've also got your step-by-step guide of how to colour using your illustrator and using your classics. So amazing colouring system there. And on top of that, you're getting 9 printed sheets on our Nina cardstock. I mean, these are incredible. I mean, you want to, in fact, these are colouring sheets that you don't really want to practice on. You want to use these to colour for real. You want to use these prints. I mean, how beautiful is that? Use them for wall art. I mean, they're just amazing. And I just think really beautiful images to colour in, which look really effective. The lines have been put in there for you to make sure that you know where you're shading, those hair colours, contours to follow, the skin contours as well. I love that mermaid. She just looks really like she doesn't care. She really doesn't care what's happening in the world. She's just going to be relaxing and swimming away. But yeah, absolutely beautiful designs with that one, which are truly amazing. You're getting all of those 9 sheets plus all your 11 markers, 5 of which are your illustrator, 5 of which are your classics, and you're getting that art liner pen as well, all for $14.99. So that is amazing, absolutely amazing. A deluxe tote, love this one. You know how I love a storage bag, and I love one that you can carry around, put in different places wherever you're going. This is super strong. It's got a really nice weighty bottom on it. You've got your little pockets all the way around, which you can see. I mean, I get my hand in there, so that's how deep they are. You've also got this little pocket here, which I love. I think that is a great one to put your Gemini plates in for your junior or your midi. You've also got round here a big pocket on the side, and it really is, it's quite a deep pocket, but also there's loads of room in there, quite loads of room to put so much stuff. You've also then got your compartments, which all detach, and this is what I think makes this bag very special. It doesn't matter what your needs are, whatever you want to store in there, it's going to give you all that space. But if you do want to make sure you've got the compartments for everything, you've actually got those to pop inside and create all that storage, which is absolutely amazing. This bag is only £20.99. You are saving £14, which is truly incredible, and it looks amazing, which is beautiful. Now, we haven't finished because I've got all these big things in my bag, and then we keep classing it as our little hamster pillow because that's what it looks like. It's a teeny weeny anti-static bag, which is honestly, it just is a beautiful thing to have. You can use it on so many different things. It's great for getting anti-static out of anything, but really good if you're heat embossing, really good if you're doing shaker cards and you don't want your glitter to stick to the acetate. So a really good all-rounder there, and it's only £3.59, platinum price £2.87, which is incredible. Now, they're my sizzlers, but our Corrine has a very special bag with lots of spectacular things in it. Have a look at this.
This is the first time they've ever given me one of my own goodie bags, so I was really excited to see this. So we've been able to pick lots of things that are really, you know, that are going to help you to build up your stash. Maybe you've not got some of these, maybe some of these are, you know, bits and bits that you've already got, but, you know, you could give them away as gifts. But when you looked at this, this is £141 worth of goodies. So it's $177. This is phenomenal. If you are a platinum member, that's going to drop down to £32 or $40. So that is £109 that you are going to save. Absolutely brilliant. So brilliant. So what I did was I had a look and thought, if I was paying £40, what could I buy for my £40? And that's what you could buy for your £40. These two creator cards, they're $19.99 each, and that is their genuine price. So you've got the lovebirds and also the beautiful bird cage. So that is the value of my bag, and if you're a platinum member, you've got a really good deal because you've got both of those for £32. So I just think that's a brilliant deal. So you're also going to get cardstock, your Frosty and Bright, 20 sheets of your pearlescent and your encapsulated glitter. You're going to get your Dancing Dragonflies and your Chasing Dragonflies edgeables. These are absolutely gorgeous, and you know we do edgeables. Creator cards and edgeables are what I think Crafters Companion have been known for. So those are those two on there. You're going to get two of the scratch and reveal. So you've got the quirky quote and the surprise. Now each one has got 57 scratch and reveal stickers, as well as your acrylic stamps in each one. So you can see 72 components in one and 73 in the other. So much there. So the scratch and reveal stickers are like a 2-layer sticker. You've got a piece of plastic that goes over the top of your sentiment, your picture, whatever, and that's coated in this foil, very light foil that will scratch off with a pen or anything metal, a pair of scissors, to reveal the message. Is it, you know, surprise, all the big things, you know, and you've got all the extra bits like scratch and see your secret here, scratch here, you know, all sorts on that one. Wouldn't be one of my bags if I couldn't put some flowers in. So I've got my fragrant sweet pea, which is lovely because you stamp and then die cut it and then make your gorgeous sweet peas. So lots of detail on there. Then we have got paper pad, one of the best. One of the best. Say it with flowers. In the 6x6, you're going to get all of that beautiful detail, all of that lovely colour, all in there, double-sided all the way. We're still going. We have got our Cozy Cottage stencil. It's going to make a lovely little cottage gift box. Really easy. You don't need a die cutting machine. You can make these wherever you want, but lovely little boxes. The final die you're going to get, because it's a lot, is your mini fairies. So that's going to be brilliant for just adding in extra detail, and you also get those lovely little stars. And then finally, we've got a couple of little inky bits. I have to tip it over because it's just such a big bag. And you are going to get your blue turquoise blend, which is what we were using for the gnomes. You're going to get your vintage pink in your classique. So these are the pens that hold the most ink, because that barrel, all of that barrel is full of ink. This is AP3 antique pink. So maybe, you know, this is going to add to your stash or replace one that you might have used up. And then the final bit is one of our bottles of re-inkers. This is LG2 Leaf Green. But if you haven't got classiques that need refilling, then how about doing lots of alcohol pen techniques with that? We'd go back and have a look, because our Jan showed some brilliant ones, and she got demo of the week using one of those, putting it onto Yupo cardstock, and really sort of, I think she was using one of those puffers and blowing it around. It looked absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, re-inkers aren't just for re-inking your pens. So all of this is effectively for free. All of these different die sets, all of these, you know, scratch and reveals, cardstocks, everything, and all you're paying for is 2 sets of dies. And if you're platinum, that's £32 or $40, which is amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. Really corkers of a deal in that one. Gilmore's saying thank you to us for giving a happy birthday wishes. I hope you're having a nice evening or day, whatever you're doing, Gilmore. Let us know what you're up to for your birthday. Hopefully you've got a nice big cake, or eating pancakes as it's Shrove Tuesday. Kay is saying, I've ordered the gnome collection. I can't wait to get it. Great price. Absolutely. And paper crafting with Rebecca is saying, love the bag. Pretty and practical. Eleanor is saying, I always love seeing the gnome collection and all the different cards being done. Yeah, absolutely, me too. Yes, and Mary Pat and Susan are all saying what a beautiful card that was you last done. Right, so we're going to be taking a look next, I believe, at we're going for a break. I've just been told we're going to have a look at this. So take a look at this.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben. You didn't.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? We'll do it. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Hello, I've got a treat for all of our viewers stateside. I've managed to negotiate for you a minimum basket spend of $75 to receive free shipping. That's a huge $50 discount on the usual. You're going to be able to treat yourself up till Thursday midnight and only have to spend that $75 to get free shipping. And of course, because we now have our new super speedy service, it's going to get to you in the blink of an eye. So now's the time. Treat yourself to something special. You only have to spend $75, free shipping, and you've got till Thursday at midnight.
Oh, I can't wait till tomorrow. It's going to be a big day, and because it's Leanne's cartload, it's going to be a biggie, which I can't wait. And I love that shipping, which is amazing. So you've only got to spend $75 to get free shipping to the US, and you know how quick it's been coming to you, which is amazing. Now we're coming up to that final hour, so what we're going to do is look at what Corrine's made in this show. It's going to be a really tough one, but we want to get those votes in so we can then do the demo of the day. So what have you made in this one then, Corrine?
The first one was using those gorgeous creator cards. So we did that one over the background, so looking at that, and we put the shaker in the middle, so you can do it however you wanted, like that. The second one, I wanted to show you how the opaque pigment inks worked and also combine it with the flowers. So sort of a bit mixed media, just showing you the different combinations. And then the final one was our cute little gnome. So gnome's 3, let's call it the flowers is 2, or the creator cards, creator card for number 1.
I think it's a tough one. I love number 3.
George,
I love number 2.
You've got
number 1.
George, you're not involved in the vote. It's got nothing to do with you, George.
I think George has just been told off, so shush, George. 1, 2 or 3, get your votes in. We'll give you a few minutes and then we can get the vote of the day going. Right, we are going to show show the collection for the Roaring 20s, which is beautiful. Yes, what's left, I have to say, oh, Nicola's standing in my ear, what's left of the Roaring 20s? It's been hugely popular. I love this one. Look, chin chin. You don't hear that saying very often, but it's a great saying, isn't it?
I remember my dad used to say it to us years ago, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Perhaps it is more of a Roaring 20s one. So you've got your Raise the Glass and you've got your Together Forever, which is a beautiful one. And I do think what you were saying earlier about it just never really dating, it's always going to be about, isn't it? But it is hard to believe it was 20 years ago, 200, oh my goodness, it's getting like 100 years ago. We will get there eventually. We've got the floral deco in the 3D embossing folder. We've got our fancy feather, which is another beautiful die which you're going to be using for time and time again. We've got that scalloped shell edgeable, which is beautiful, and you can use that on lots of different styles of card. We've also got our cut and emboss folder, our art deco, and then that die with the showgirl on there, which is just incredible. I absolutely love that one. £49.52 or $63.64. Corrie's going to show us some samples with these and show you just how beautiful it is.
Now, because things have sold out, you have to bear with me that there might be some elements on here that have sold out, but I've tried to pick ones that they do look like most of the bits are still left. So look at that, there's the cut and emboss folder, there's that scalloped edge all the way down the side, which I think is beautiful. Think of your water themes as well, make that look water-based, you know, seaside. And then you've got your Together Forever in the middle. Beautiful. Now, we have used our foiled acetate on here, which I know is not in this bundle, but this morning it was still available on the website and hopefully it is now. It's a construction weight, it's 350 GSM. It's amazing. Now, virtually the same elements we've got on here. The scalloped edges, we've got the embossing folder, we've got the acetate, but this time we've used the shaker, made it into a shaker in there. It's gorgeous, but I love how we've used that cut and emboss on there. Now this is one that I made when I was down in Hobby Maker. Again, I used the showgirl with the scalloped edge down there and the feathers, because those have got to be my favourite ones. And look at all the sequins down here. And you can see we just keep going with all of those. Now I think the Charleston couple sold out, but you could put any of those, you know, you could put Chin Chin on there if you wanted to, but you've got that beautiful, beautiful scalloped edge. And again, we've got that cut and emboss, and go and have a look for, oh no, that's not got construction foil on. That's gorgeous. But remember what we were saying about the one of those embossing folders, not embossing folders, create a card.
Yes.
We make beautiful backgrounds for this collection. We've got the showgirl here, really making the most of that, just to show her off there with a little bit of a drop shadow. I love having it that way round, having the black as the main colour and that cream just as your off colour. Really makes it stand out, doesn't it? And then finally, I've got to show you this. Looks gorgeous. You've got a little booklet on here with the feathers on the front, got the sequins on there, but when you open it out, look at that, you've got the most gorgeous concertina card in there. There we go. So how about those? That's just a slither. I could have shown you a lot more, but there you go. There we are. Right, so you can find all of those bits.
Yes, amazing, so beautiful. So if you want to grab this 9-piece collection, £49.52 tonight, you've got that showgirl in there, you've got the art deco frame, the scallop shell, that beautiful feather die, the 3D embossing folder, the floral deco, and you've got those 2 stamps, Together Forever, razor glass, and one I forgot to show you earlier, but this does come in the collection as well, is your gilding flakes with your little glue and your little sponge that takes all the little pieces away, which is amazing. Right, we do have a winner of a demo of the day, which is number 1.
George, We'll get you P45 in a minute.
I said number one. I thought
There we
number
go.
one was amazing.
So we've got two now for demo of the day. So I'll bring this one over.
No demo of the year for you, I don't think.
No.
Now that one's not one. You've robbed Corrine, everybody. That's in George thinks like.
So you got the other one?
I've got the other one.
I should bring it over.
Yes, bring that one over.
There you go. We've got one flowers one and one not.
Absolutely. Both absolutely beautiful. I know, you will know, this is absolutely stunning. It's going to be a tough one. Out of these two cards that have been made today, they are so beautiful. Both in their own rights have got just a place on the shelf. So let's do number one, which is our one made in Wake Up Call, which is Sunshine on there, and number two, which is our creator card with the black and the bright colours. Absolutely amazing. Number one, number two. So get voting. You've got a few minutes to do that. Now, something very exciting got to show you, which is amazing. Because it's launch party, we get to preview not one, but two new launches. Now, this one, let me just grab my notes. Oh, do you know what? I've got rid of my notes and I can't find them now. It launches on the 27th of February, so not long.
6 days?
Only a few,
6 days,
not long.
6 days.
Yeah, a week away, less than a week away. But it is our new look Crafters Inspiration. It's so beautiful. You're going to be able to make so many different designs with this. There's lots of different projects in the book. Corinne's going to show you some in a second, but I just want to show you this one design. Look at that card.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's just stunning. You're going to be able to do so much with this, which is incredible. But I'm going to let Corinne take you through what you get in the new Crafters Inspiration. But it is a beautifully designed magazine full of so many good things.
It is. Aren't they absolutely gorgeous? Now, what it's going to do is it's all going to come in a little wallet for you, little envelope, so to speak. An envelope, that's a better word for it. And when you open it out, you will then find all of the bits inside. Lots of inspiration on here, but it's all in the magazine as well. So you have got a die that says just for you. So you've got your just for you sentiment. You're going to find that really, really useful. Then this is the bit that was making those amazing projects. You have got 3 stencils just here. Now, is this one being used? Because this one's got stuck together. Let's see if I can peel it. So you've got that gorgeous background one, but then it's this one. This one to me is absolutely fantastic. So what you would do is you would come in with this one first, and then you would do your foliage. Do it in like a pale green or something like that. And then you would, wherever you've done that, you lie this one over the top, and this one then you can put your foliage detail on, and then you can do your flowers. Can you see it on there? Oh, let me bring that down. So you've got the 2-layer die, and if you also wanted to, you can also do some beautiful backgrounds with that one. So that is a gorgeous stencil on there. You've got another stencil on here, which is sort of, it's that gorgeous rose detail that you can see on here, repeated through, look, all the way around. So absolutely beautiful. So this is called Graceful Roses, and this one is called Rose Corners. Then you've got your timeless sentiments. Look at these, really useful. Happy anniversary, sending you lots of love, thank you. Where flowers bloom, so does hope. You're in my thoughts, thinking of you. Happy birthday, really usable, legible stamps. And that, I know we say about that, but that's something that you really, that's really important. Actually, I think there's something else in there. There is. Look at this, make sure you open up the pack. You've got an embossing fold. I've just no, look at that. They all work together.
Yes.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah, amazing.
Absolutely. Oh, wow, I didn't realise how much you were getting in here. So, yeah, those are all the bits that come out of it. And then you get your magazine. And you've got all your bits. You've got all your Geminis on here. I'm just going to flick because the best bit is reading it. Look at it. Oh, look at I'm recognising all these people that are here from the team. And then all of this crafty inspiration. Look at that. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? Step-by-steps showing you how to make them. And then in the centre, you've got all of these beautiful double-sided papers. Look at the colour palette. So all you need to do, how I tend to do this, is I'd open it to the middle, I'd get my pokey tool, and I would just score down there, and then the pages come out really nicely. They don't rip the pages, they don't ruin your magazine. Then you've got lots more diamond Z folds, your quick cards, more complicated cards. Look at these beautiful ones that with our Daisy collection. You know, all sorts of different ones, and then some more using those beautiful ones. Oh, look at that beautiful flowers one that Debbie just showed you. So much inspiration. Talk about our pens, all sorts of different bits in here. You're going to see so much, and even more at the back. Does it say 89 floral elements? Oh, that's to get you crafting. I was just wondering if it said how many projects. I don't think it does. There's a lot. There is a lot. There you go. And that shows you everything that you're going to get in your magazine. So this is absolutely perfect. And this will be launching, if it's 6 days, it's next Tuesday. Next Monday. Next Monday. Today's Tuesday.
Yeah, next Monday, which is amazing. We do have a winner. Is it 1? Is it 2? It was very close, Susie is saying. It's number 2. There we go. Yes, I love that one. That is definitely the one George is now saying. He would have gone that for that one all along. Of course you would, George. So would everyone else. Gilmore, enjoy the rest of your birthday today. I hope you have a lovely day. Anyone else that ever celebrates, let us know, because it's always good if you come and celebrate with us. I've had a fabulous day. Corrine, when are you next back with us?
I'm back all weekend. So I'm here on Saturday with the lovely Debbie, because she's here Thursday, Friday, I think. So it's me and her all day Saturday, and then on Sunday with fantastic Jan.
Oh, amazing. So lots of inspiration from Debbie and Jan and Corrine. I will be back tomorrow with Leanne for the most amazing day, especially with the Academy of Colour, and then I'll be heading down to Hobbymaker the day after that. So it's going to be a really beautiful day tomorrow. So come and join us on Crafters TV all through the day to be entertained. Hopefully we will see you tomorrow. Bye.